my name is Deepak Bhardwaj and I'm HD1 at Nagaro right now, and today I come with the top 20 DSA interview questions, and these questions are being asked in every interview of FANG company or MANG company. Okay, so you need to be strong in at these 20 questions, at 20 questions of DSA. Okay, so the basic question, reverse a string. Okay, reverse a string. So this question is frequently asked in MNC company. I can say MNC, mostly this question is asked in MNC, means multiple national companies. Okay, so like this is like FAQ questions, like frequently asked questions in interview. Okay, and basically this question is asked in Wipro. This question is asked in Wipro, your Infosys, okay, in your TCS as well, and many more MNC companies. Okay, and second one is palindromes. Okay, palindromes is also most frequently asked question in interview. Check whether a string, check whether string and number is palindrome or not, yes or not. Okay, and second is most important questions, two sum question. Two sum is a very famous question of Leetcode, and this question is asked in many interview, even in MNC and FANG company. Okay, so FANG company, this question is asked in Facebook, Atlassian, Amazon, Netflix and Google as well, even in the MANG company. Okay, MANG is like similar Meta and Microsoft like. Okay, so this question is asked in most, I can mark it as a star. This question is very famous. Okay, you must try to solve this question, two sum questions. Okay, and maximum subarray sum, this is also famous question, is being asked in many interview, because the purpose of this question asking is that maximum subarray sum, this question is based on cadence algorithm. Okay, so the reason behind this will take big O of n square for your brute force approach. Okay, but for the NAV approach, for the optimal, it should take big O of n and big O of 1 space complexity. Okay, so interviewer will come with this approach, not with this. That's why this question is very famous, maximum subarray sums. Okay, and second one is just merge sort. Like you have to implement which merge sort is based on which algorithm. Okay, and it is a stable or unstable algorithm. It is in place or out place algorithm, and what is the time complexity in all the cases. So the merge sort time complexity is in all the cases big O of n log n. Okay, and it is the stable algorithm and it is the out place algorithm, because in merge sort we take extra space. Okay, and most important algorithm, binary search. On binary search there are the many questions will be asked. Binary search, all questions I can see that on binary search. Okay, all questions like your find the element, given element in array. Okay, so many questions will be asked on binary search, because binary search the time complexity in the best case big O of 1 and the worst case just simply log n, right? And space will take big O of 1 mostly. So binary search there are the on binary search there are 20 questions. Okay, on GFG, so you can follow as well there as well. Yeah, I will give you the link in the descriptions, just do check it out there, and on the 20 questions binary search. Okay, and most important as well, linked list traversals. Okay, mostly single linked list, and to how will you traverse a single linked list in the big O of n, and don't use a recursion iterative approach and all. So linked list is also most important data structure. You must practice on linked list questions at least for an interview. You should practice at least 20 questions on linked list. Okay, double linked list and circular linked list and single linked list. Okay, so you must practice the linked list question as well. Okay, and now stack implementation with big O of n, like not big O of n, the stack implementation questions, like the questions okay, questions which will be based on stack only. Stack, I can say stack and queue as well, stack and queue. So queue, like on every BFS traversals, all in BFS traversal. Okay, specifically in BFS traversal queue will be used, and in DFS traversal mostly stack will be used. Yeah, you can use the stack in your next greater element as well. Next greater element in the array, next greater element questions in the array, and the question is very famous question, next greater element question, which will also be solved in stack and valid parenthesis you can solve also using a stack. Okay, and Q for the BFS traversal also. And the most important Fibonacci series. Okay, Fibonacci series and sequence like 0, 1 and 2, right, 3, 5, 8 and 13 and so on. Like we have to print the Fibonacci series. This question is also asked in MNC company but not in PBC company. But PBC company, what will be asked, like suppose you are giving a 4 and you have to find the number on series, like which will become on 4, so 1 2 3 4, so the answer will be 3. Okay, so this question will be asked in PBC company. Okay, PBC tech-based company. So this question is also very famous. You must practice once on Leetcode and Coding Ninja and GFG and many more ID. Okay, and the factorial, and in my interview this question is asked. Okay, factorial means find the factorial, means factorial of a number. Okay, of a number, but stop here. Don't be laughing here that you will find easily. Okay, here do not use loop here. Okay, just use recursive approach. That's the most interesting factor, using recursion, because in recursion it will take big of n time complexity and big of n space complexity here, but in loop it will take only big of n and big of 1 space complexity. That's the matter here. So this question is also famous. I will marking at the start. Please remember this question and do practice. And permutations, like it's just for the mathematics purpose. Okay, it will if I'll talk about MNC company and PBC company, so permutation of a string, yeah, permutation of an array, this question will be asked mostly in the product based company, not in MNC company, but the basic question will be asked in the permutations in MNC company as well, like permutation of a string and all that. So also be practice with the permutation questions. And combination sum, this is a very important topics for the recursion, and also for the permutations and combination. These two topics are very famous on Leetcode, like permutations 1, 2 and 3 and 4, also combinations of 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So recursion, your recursion concept will be clear if you practice this two, like combinations and permutations. So also it's a very famous question on Leetcode and these two. Okay, so you must practice there. And guys, this longest common subsequence, it is also called in short LCS. Okay, very famous. It's a very famous question. Okay, it's a very famous question on Leetcode. Okay, and on this question there is a very variant, like longest palindrome subsequence, and you have to minimum insertion character to make the string palindrome. So their variant question will be on LCS, longest common subsequence, and also the DP question, dynamic programming. Okay, so if you are like preparing for the product based company, so do must practice these questions many times and get your concept clear. But you are practicing for the MNC company, but on MNC company this question will be not asked. Okay, so but however I will tell you that please just practice on the LCS also, because it's very important dynamic programming. It's not a question, it's a approach and it's a idea, and with that idea you can solve many DP questions just on the basis of the LCS, longest common subsequence, because here the time complexity will be in log m, not log n, big of n into m. Okay, and space will take big of n after using a space optimization in DP, right? So also follow this very carefully about it. Okay, and tree traversals, like for in interview, in tree traversal, like in order traversals. In order traversal, what is that? Like left, root and right, pre-order, root, left, right, and post order, left, right and root. So must remember the concept of the in order and pre-order and post order, because in your interview the interviewer will tell you that please write the just syntax of the in order and pre-order and post order traversal technique in your just in your code. So simply do practice it is also. Okay, and Boolean parenthesis check, that just by using a stack you can solve this question, and the very famous question is asked in the PBC's company and as well as in MNC's company. Okay, so do practice this question, very famous question. This is and this is also. Okay, and the graph traversal, there are two types of traversal, DFS traversal and BFS traversal. And as earlier I told you that in DFS we use mostly stack, and BFS we use mostly queue. Okay, and Dijkstra algorithm, just remember the time complexity, like it is called E log B is the edge in graph and B is the vertices. Okay, and topological sort is also important. Topological sort in graph, okay, in graph, it is just a base for the deduct the cycle. Isn't it? Topological sort is a very famous question, and this is also okay. So do practice these two also and these two also. Okay, and 0-1 knapsack, it's approach. Okay, 0-1 knapsack, it is just approach, means pick or not pick. Okay, pick or not pick basically means that suppose on 0-1 knapsack problem there are two famous questions, subset 1 and subset 2, and also your house robber 1 and house robber 2, and also on the Leetcode contest mostly on 0-1 knapsack problem which is keep coming. Okay, so do practice on the 0-1 knapsack problem as well, and pick and not pick. Okay, also either recursions and using dynamic programming. So 0-1 knapsack is in dynamic programming and recursion as well. So do practice on subset 1 and subset 2 and house robber 1 and house robber 2. So this is a very famous approach on DP and also recursion. So do practice mostly 20 questions on 0-1 knapsack. Then your concept will get clear of 0-1 knapsack problems. Okay, and additionally I add a few more questions which is very famous questions. Many of them are not many YouTubers are not cooperating this question, but I try to cover in this video. Single number, that is also known as a single number in unique number, means you are having the array like suppose 2 and 2 and 4 and 5 and 5. So here 4 is unique because 2 appear twice, 5 appear twice, but 4 is appear just only once. That was a unique number. And also in my previous video I made a separate video on the unique number, that is single number, in this channel. So please do check it out. I will give the link in my descriptions. Okay, and kth largest element in the array. Kth largest element in the array. It is a very famous question for a Menzies company. Okay, in every interview you will get this question, kth largest element. And the purpose of asking this question, you can solve this question using sorting algorithm, using sorting algorithm. But here the time complexity will take big of n log n. If you can further optimize this approach, then you can use here heap, max heap. Okay, max heap time complexity will be just log n. Okay, missing number, that's a very famous question, and these two, this and this and this, these three questions are very famous question. Missing number also I cover this question in my on this channel in a separate video. Please do check it out. I will give the link in my descriptions. Okay, missing number, and I'll just do cover. Missing number means suppose you are having the array 2, 0 and 1. Okay, so your array length is 3. Okay, so your this array will contain the element 0 to 3, but here now you can observe 3 is missing here, so 3 will be answer. This is called the missing number, right? Another stair, this is a very famous question of the recursion, also the DP questions. Another stair, so do check it out, this question on the Leetcode. I will give the link in the description. Okay, and the binary search questions, like you should practice at least 20 questions on the binary search, then your concept will get clear on the binary search. And if you cover all this, if you cover 20 questions of DSA interview question like reverse string, palindrome, two sum, maximum Subarray sum, merge sort, binary search, linked list reversal, stack implementation, queue using stack, Fibonacci sequence, factorial calculation, permutation, combination sum, longest common subsequence, tree traversal like in order, pre-order, post-order, balance parenthetic check, graph traversal, DFS and VFS traversal, Dijkstra algorithm, topological sort, 0-1 knapsack, and these 5 questions. If you practice carefully, okay, carefully and dedicatedly, okay, dedicatedly and consistently, then you will be ready for the 12 LP and 10 LP package in your campus placement, and you will be ready for any interview to crack that. But you practice carefully and peacefully and dedicatedly and consistency. You follow all the questions and you solve on your own self, and you make a proper list and a proper notes of this question. When you are ready for the interview, then it will give you the keep practicing and quickly revisions. Okay, quickly recap all the concepts. So do practice carefully. So guys, I will tell you that please one thing I would like to mention. When I was preparing for my campus placement and off-campus placement and off-campus interview, then I used to practice all these questions every day. Okay, and I used to give 3 hours in a day on Leetcode. Okay, on Leetcode, because Leetcode is the most important IDE and platform for the any kind of the MNC and on PPC company interview. So please guys, at least give 2 hours on Leetcode. Okay, Leetcode, and try to solve at least one questions in a day. Okay, if you are busy with your college work and college staff and college academy and semester, but at least one question you should solve every day, just to maintain your consistency and your dedication, because consistency is most important. Okay, just follow this strategy which I told you, and I guess making sure that in your upcoming day you will be getting placed in the good company with the good packages. And I will say just one thing: just keep practicing, don't be late from now on, and do the best with the coding. And what I told you in this video, cover every step one by one, and I'll leave everything which I told you in my description, so do check it out there. And one guys, please like this video and subscribe this video, and do share with your friends who are preparing for the placement. And guys, till then, keep practicing and keep exploring, and bye bye and take care.